Hiya, my name's David. I'm the Wandering Ponderer. Today, I'm heading off up the scripts to see the Outlaws. I've got some unfinished business up there because the Outlaws are facing a paradox every time they meet, and I'm going to find out. It's all about the Archer's paradox. For all archers, using a longbow requires a human ability to solve and compensate for the one problem the design of the longbow presents: the archer's paradox. Thus, the human skill of brain, hand-eye coordination comes into play. Modern bows, by design, have almost eliminated the paradox, thus lessening the degree of challenge the longbow presents. Unaided by fancy gizmos, even the most skillful archer miscalculates and misses the target.
How did your glasses made a difference?
Today, we meet Merv, a respected member of the group, who has even made his own bow the traditional way. Perhaps he'll tell us something interesting about the archer's paradox. This is Merv.
How do you do?
This is your bow that you've made.
It is.
I can see another face on there as well.
That's natural. There's just little knots in the.
It's winking
artwork.
at you. You're gonna just show everybody that.
Yeah. You want to go all the way down? You can show them all the different.
Wow, let's get back to that face. Face. You see the face on his?
You've got the face on the top one as well.
And the face on the top.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Wow. That
I got a wooden one on my quiver.
You can show me that shortly. I want to interview this man.
This is Gray, our youngest archer.
So you made this bow.
I did, yes.
What's it made from?
This is an Italian yew stave, and then fashioned the bow out of it. measured it up for the handle, and then the tapers to the tips, and then start rounding the belly, and yeah, then you put it on the tiller, a tillering tree, so then you can turn it like that, and then you start doing your pulls, and you've got to try and get this curve equal, so that every bit is working the same in harmony. Okay. If here we've got an arrow pass, just made out of a piece of bone. It just protects the wood from the arrow when it goes past.
And that's set up for
This-
handed. You're
Yeah.
right-handed.
Yeah, I'm a right-handed archer. I pull with the right hand. Yeah. The poundage on this bow is probably around about 55 pounds draw weight. So compared with what they used in medieval times as a baby, they'd war bows start at about 75 pounds upwards. 100, 150. Big boys' toys.
People with big muscles.
Yeah, with a hunchback. Yeah. It took me over the course of 3 days, tutored by a professional bowyer, Ben Perkins, a lovely guy, lovely course. Started with a stave and ended up with this after 3 days, and yeah, now I'm using it.
You've done a good job there.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I have had to take more wood off because originally it was too much for me. It was around about 70 pounds, and I just can't pull that weight anymore.
All the shots I've seen you take with it, I mean,
Very big.
the hits that you've done
Yeah,
well.
yeah, I haven't done too
in
bad this
comparison
morning.
to everybody else. You know your bow.
Well, this is a large part of being successful and hitting targets is to have a good bow that you know, and also the arrows have got to match the bow, because we're going on to a thing called Archer's Paradox, which comes into play with wooden arrows and wooden bows that have got no arrow shelf. This is what they call a D-section bow, because if you cut through it and turn it on, look down end on, it looks like the figure D, letter D. So when you notch an arrow, it's actually sticking out to the left of the target.
Yeah.
So when you draw back and let loose, then all the power from the bow goes into the end of the arrow, which gives that a great big kick up the backside, and then launches it. And when it launches, it sort of bends like a snake. And if you can see it in slow motion, you see the oscillation of it through the air. The feathers on the back are there as a kind of steadying item to give them some drag and to get that arrow to straighten out and carry on to the target. So that's a very simplistic form of explanation of
The Archer's
the Archer's
Paradox.
Paradox.
But everybody has to compensate for it. And
It's just a natural phenomenon. It's physics, isn't it? It's kinetic energy and inertia. But it just happens. You get to when you notch an arrow and aim at the target, you punch at the target with your fist, and then you draw back a string to your point and let go. It all just happens. That's with wooden arrows, but with man-made arrows, they still snake because they're still getting that injection of energy through the knock. Yeah. But when you knock it, pull it, let loose, it all happens itself. And hopefully, if you've done things right, and your arrows are in tune with your bow, you'll get some hits. Yeah.
Oh.
Now this is called a self bow, as opposed to some of the more modern longbows, which are laminated. So the laminated ones would be slices of different types of wood,
Like
glued together and then shaped to this kind of shape, whereas this is just one piece of wood. And yew is so good for longbows because it's nature's laminate. This milky coloured wood here is a sapwood,
Yeah.
and then the lovely chestnut colour is the heartwood from the inside of the tree. So this is like this, when you pull the string, this is being squashed, so it's coming on under compression, right? And this wood doesn't mind that; it can stand it. Likewise, the sapwood gets stretched, and that doesn't mind that. So it's a perfect combination for a bow. So that's a self bow. You can make them in different woods: ash, elm, fruit woods, all sorts of woods. But top of the crop is a yew. Yeah, and, yeah.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Mark. I watched you. I'm impressed. I can see why people come to you for advice and.
It's just things you learn along the way. I'm getting towards the end. Young Gray, if I'd have started when I was his age, well, I would have been a lot further along the road.
He's got it ahead of him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Develop all his hand.
That's a lovely age to start. He's a good little guy. He's he can concentrate for long periods, so that all helps. And we get on well. He's my little
prodigy.
Prodigy, that's the word. Yeah, he's great.
Oh well, thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. Enjoy it.
It's been a nice day.
Yeah, and you're still alive.
Yeah.
to ponder on.
I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
I'll let you get on with your day now.
Okay.
I'll sign off here. Well, thank you very much for staying this far with the Archers, and don't forget to do the necessary if you haven't subscribed. Thanks to Paul. There's a few people I would have liked to have interviewed, and no doubt next visit, because this won't be the last one, next visit to the Archers there'll be some more. So that's all from me. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.